Hey guys, you must be a student who's trying to get a better grade, going from a C minus to a B plus or an A. So here are a few steps that will really help you get your grades up. There are there are as many strategies to study and succeed in your exams as there are the number of students. Some of the basic things that you guys have probably resorted to so far have been taking probably sticky notes, writing some stuff down, or writing a lot of notes, taking uh, bunch of notes and then making marks on them, making small notes that prints out and gives out summaries of stuff. But again, why not take some novel approaches? In that way, you can study as a group. And there are 7 steps that I found pretty useful, and I'm very confident that following these 7 steps will surely help you succeed and perform pretty well in your exams. Let's go ahead. Many students usually benefit by understanding the whys and the no's of the subject that's being taught. So pretty much understanding why a specific subject or topic is being taught and being able to relate to your day-to-day activities will actually have and help you understand the subject matter, and also help you memorize and get you a good concept of the topic.
So the number one technique is test yourself. So testing yourself is where, as you read through the material, make sure that you try and analyze how my instructor is going to probably frame this exam. So one of the ways you can do it is go through the practice questions and the exercises at the back. So let's say here in economics, you can understand what the comparative statistics is. This one is it, and then there you go, mark it. So by doing that, 75% of the topics that you've studied before is going to be covered in the practice and the exercises. That gives you a very good revision of whatever you've covered so far as you proceed through the chapters.
The number 2 technique is make it bright. So what do you mean by make it bright? So when you have notes, make sure that you highlight them. Use color pencils. When you highlight and make notes in different colors, it makes you process the thoughts and what you're writing and helps you memorize things better. Like what I've done here is I've used different color pencils. By doing this and making arrows and making sure that I write it down in a point format helps me differentiate what different topics I've covered, and at the same time helps me understand the topic better.
Step number 3, use acronyms. Acronyms usually help you relate your day-to-day activities to what you study in your school. For example, you take PEDMAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So what that reminds you is that you're relating it to your Aunt Sally, and at the same time explains to you the operations that's used in high school math. Divide, multiply, add, and subtract, the sequence of operations that's used. If you're in economics in school, you're probably going to relate with WIP. So WIP is work in progress. So by relating common terms that you use to your educational concepts helps you understand and make sure that you retain it when you go to the exam.
The next concept is social studying. The way it's done is get together with a couple of your friends who are in the same course just before the exams and quiz each other. Make sure that you guys have covered concepts such as,
what does return on asset mean?
ROA, which is return of assets, as I said before, related to the acronyms, is NOPAT after
Percentage of total assets.
NOPAT after percentage of total assets. So NOPAT is net operating profit after taxes. So the next concept or the idea that it can be used for helping you study during your finals is social studying. So pretty much get along with a couple of friends in the same course, quiz each other, and make sure that you guys have covered concepts such as,
what does ROA stand for?
ROA is return of
Assets.
See, there you go. Quizzing each other, make sure that you remember it when you go to your exams.
What about NOPAT?
NOPAT is net operating profit after taxes. So
Correct.
ROA is net operating profit after taxes as a percentage of total assets. Yep, being able to put 2 and 2 together will help you guys and make you successful in your exams.
The next step is teaching each other concepts. So you sit down with your friend who's in the class, who's probably covered a few topics that you haven't, Making sure that you help each other with the basic concepts in a pictorial form will really help you. Like what's happening here. There's just a triangle that explains the 4 stages. And what does it do? And that just shows how the various stages interlap and are related to each other. There you go.
And the last but not the least step is making sure that you guys check reference materials. There are tons of podcasts, informational videos, quick links, cheat sheets. That's one thing that if your course allows you to do that, make sure that you guys have your cheat sheet already organized in a way that you have learned it. And make sure you guys check podcast videos that your professor has posted, and go to your local library, check out some reference textbooks.
So looking at podcasts, like and looking up the notes that for supply and demand, making sure that you take a look at what the other other course notes and subjects are and how it's being explained will really help you get through the courses.
Demand is the different quantities that people are willing and able to buy at different prices. So there's a relationship between price and supply and demand, which totally makes sense. It's called the law of demand.
So making sure that you check other videos and podcasts will give you a better understanding and some of the key points that you might be able to implement while you're doing your exams.
And last but not least, good luck with the exams. And if you guys don't ace your exams, you gotta do it hard the next time.